Yes, we will start.
Okay.
This Vedic astrology, this is the journey of a soul. This is a spiritual language. When Hindu sages, Rishi Munis, at the time when they have touched the pinnacle of their consciousness, the peak, at that time this science was evolved. Right now, this is a downfall of astrology, because the pinnacle, the peak has been touched and nobody can stay at the peak. So this is a part of all the sciences. Peak, then down in the valley.
Yeah.
So by the grace of Almighty, I would try to decode their experiences, what they have experienced when they were at the height, the peak of spirituality.
Yeah.
I would be sharing that. So my lessons are not mundane knowledge of astrology.
Yes.
It is the growth of consciousness. While sharing my astrology lesson, I would be sharing my silence, my meditation, my in-depth journey of a soul with you. But that cannot be shared in words. So I'm using Vedic astrology.
Yes, I see.
First of all, this astrology, the science of astrology, does not belong to any religion, caste, creed, or tradition. It's incidentally that the India, which was very vast at many years, 1,000 years back or 2,000 years back, the whole territory was, the majority of the territory of the world was under that India. It has many names: Hindustan, India, Bharat. Okay. And these people, these Hindus, they have gone very deep into the subconscious mind, into the research work, and they have evolved this science. So, but their approach was scientific.
Yes.
So, I would like to tell you that this science doesn't belong to Hindu religion, no.
Yes.
Nor Christianity, Muslim, any religion, no. It is a pure science and a spiritual science, not a religious science. Just a moment. सिमो, कॉपी पेन देना यार मेरी, कॉपी पेन. Every sensible person when we are born on this planet Earth, as our senses becomes more mature, Mhm. so we start observing whatever happening outside, observing life. Only those who are in the rat race of gaining something, they cannot observe. Only those who are a bit rebellious, those who are not in the rat race, they observe life. That, for example, if somebody has lived 20 years or 30 years or 40 years, they start observing as if everything is not in our hand. We are in the grip of some external powers. Even thoughts, we find a contradiction in our thoughts. If we go deep into our being, we could any authentic and sensible person, what I am sharing with you, that is the question, that is a thirst, curiosity arises in any sensible person who is living consciously, that even thoughts are not in our control. Sometimes we think a night before, we planned something early morning, and with firm conviction we planned certain thing, but the time of getting up, we have a different person sitting in our brain. That person is contradicting what we have planned in the evening. Sometimes we like certain person, sometimes we do not like that very same person. Sometimes even in a very contradictory atmosphere, we are very happy. And sometimes, in spite of all richness, all comfort zone, we are dissatisfied. So these things we keep on observing. Any sensible person keep on observing these things, that what is going on? Are we living in a madhouse? How can one keep on living with these all contradictions? We are moving in this world like a vagabonds. Sometimes we listen to our brain, and sometimes we listen to our heart. And sometimes our heart and brain, they contradict each other. We are very much confused. And there are certain circumstances when we put lot of effort, lot of labor to excel, to achieve success, and we achieve failure. Every time we try, we could not achieve success. And sometimes, even if we are not trying it, we are achieving success.
It comes to you.
So all these questions keep on hanging in our conscious mind. What is going on? Why we are not always successful with our effort? And sometimes successful without any effort. Suddenly something bad happens in our life, and suddenly something very blooming, glowing, happy happens in our life. So we keep on living with all contradiction, with all paradox. But the people like you and me, we start realizing that something is there in this cosmos. Some kind of cosmic powers are there which are playing the role, and we are in the grip of those cosmic powers. We are not in love with the person who are just like us. Why? We have an attraction of a person who is exactly opposite to us. If we are very disciplined, we get fascinated to indisciplined person. if ourselves feel weak, we get fascinated to a very strong people. Why? There are many whys, and we do not have answers. And our whole life is finished. We try to somehow synchronize with our scriptures, with our Vedas, with our religions, with our life. But that is not possible. Because all scriptures, all Vedas, they are not written. They are spoken by the enlightened people. But when they were transformed into a book or writing form, much has been put, extra things. So we could not connect. And if we contradict all the spiritual leaders of that institution, they forcefully shut our mouth. Don't behave this way, don't behave that way. You're going against religions, you're against custom, traditions, and we remain quiet and keep on living this contradictory and confused life. So, because of this reason, the thirst of astrology comes in our mind. Because somehow we, in spite of less knowledge of astrology, we think that this is a science of a universe, of a cosmos, of unknown energies. Maybe they could help us to answer all our questions. So that was my lust. That was my yearning, curiosity. And that was the reason I entered into astrology. And for last more than 12 years, I'm into this science. I entered like a confused person. But after the 12 years of my life, much of clarity comes in my mind.
Beautiful.
So I have that feel for those people who have been of my state of mind, which I have been 12 years before. So I can understand why everybody or why selective people want to learn astrology.
Yes.
So astrology is disclosing, unveiling the mysterious secrets of universe, of ourselves. सिमो दरवाजा खोलना, इसने बहुत ज्यादा चौका लगाया यार, चिमनी नहीं चलाई ना. Excuse me.
No, take your time.
So now we would be entering into the Vedic astrology. The time when we are born on this planet Earth, when we are coming out of mother's womb, all the sages, all the Rishi Munis and the spiritual people, they have developed this science that there was a screenshot of our life. The very time when we stepped out of mother's womb, that screenshot is kept. And through that screenshot, one could analyze, understand that person's complete life, the purpose of that person, why he has come on this planet Earth, what is his goal, his weakness, his strength, his passion, his obsession, his craziness, his frustration, his negativity, his ego, the complete culmination of life in all dimensions can be analyzed through that screenshot.
Yeah.
So this science is understanding that screenshot of a person who has just come out of mother's womb, and that is fixed. Any person, whatever he or she has that screenshot coming out of that mother's womb, the graph can be made. I would be sharing the graph. But by understanding, by going deep into that graph, we could, just a moment. Yes, by going deep into that graph, we could analyze ourselves or any other person, and that is fixed. We would be behaving that way only throughout life, that we have that fixed canvas, we have the fixed energies. So I would be sharing through Vedic astrology that fixed energies, that fixed canvas, what existence has given us in our kitty,
Yeah.
and what existence has given in anybody's kitty, anybody's box. By understanding that screenshot, we could analyze the everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. I'm writing a little bit. Yes.
Okay, no problem, bro. I would be sharing the.
No. I'm hearing and writing. I'm used to it. So even if I don't look always, but I'm
No
hearing
problem.
everything.
But you are understanding. Things are going
Yes.
great.
Yes.
So I would be starting to understand that exact screenshot. Certain steps are required.
Yeah.
There are few layers till we are capable of understanding the complete screenshot. There are few layers.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, to understand any language, we should be thorough with the alphabets,
Yes.
vowels, consonants. Without that knowledge, we would not be able to pronounce words.
Yes.
That's it. That is a basic. So I would be starting with the basics. Okay.
Yes.
Whatever I would be drawing, I would be sharing with you. First, draw any rectangular box. I'll just show you how to draw it. Yeah, this is the rectangular box.
Yes.
First step, you draw this. Okay.
Okay.
Can you see?
Yes. I have the same paper as you, so it's easy to. Yeah. Okay.
A rectangular box. Okay. And
Yes. Okay.
and just mark 4 midpoints of all the 4 sides.
Okay. Okay.
Now join this one.
But you, I see only a part. I could see only a part of the. Yes. Okay. So like a triangle, it's okay.
You need to join these. You need to join these.
Okay. Now I see. Now I see.
And this.
I didn't see. Okay. Now I'm seeing everything. Okay. Thank you.
Is it clear?
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now this one. The vertices.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
I will be putting numbers and that would be anti-clockwise. Yes.
Okay. The left part. Can I see the left part? Yeah. Okay. Now I see. The left. No, the right part. I see the left. I have to. I have 6. Yes. Now I see better. Okay. Now I have all. Okay. Thank you.
So this is a anti-clockwise from starting from this 1, 2, 3, 4 is an anti-clockwise.
Okay.
So these are the
Okay.
12 houses.
Yes.
So you have drawn.
Yes.
This is the basic, the very first lesson of astrology.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So you have put the numbers.
Yes.
On the basis of the numbers, these are the 12 houses. These are the 12 dimension of our whole life. This
Dimensions.
12 dimensions, this is the pathway where our soul travels from cradle to death, not death, to moksha. As per Western philosophy, life ends when somebody dies.
Yeah.
But as per Hindu scriptures or Hindu philosophers, there is a journey ahead.
Yes.
Life, the circle of life completes only at moksha. That is enlightenment. House number 12. So I would be explaining this complete journey from 1 to 12.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's start with the first house.
Yes.
When we come out from mother's womb, okay, that very moment we are, before that we were not visible.
Yeah.
So when we out of mother's womb, we become visible. What part is visible? Our physical structure, our physical being, our self, our character, everything connected to ourself becomes visible. Clear?
That's in the first house. We become visible.
Yes.
Yes.
First house
First.
is the house when we have just come out of mother's womb.
Genau.
So we become visible, but visible physically. And by that very moment, the child, by seeing the child, we can see he would be thin or fluffy or fatty. What could be his future? By simply seeing that the body of the child, he would have broad eyes or small eyes like Chinese, Japanese. Okay.
Yes.
And what would be the face? Broad face or small face? He would be tall or thin or short. He would be dwarf or would be his pituitary gland would be overactive.
Yes.
By observing that very moment when the child is coming out. So that very first house signifies everything about ourselves. So the first house, yes,
More the physical, more the outside.
yes, physical, more of a physical form because we are out, physical form. So the first house is our physical characterization.
Okay.
The structure of our body. The first house is our ego because at that very time we exist. Before that we were the part of mother's body.
Yes. Yes.
So when we come out we exist. So existence means that ego comes into picture. Our self aura, our self esteem, everything connected to ourself comes into limelight.
Yeah.
So this is the very beginning of our journey, the beginning of our soul, the first house. So you need to understand, you need to be very thorough with the first house. First house is our physical body, our self aura, physical structure, everything which is physical. By understanding the very first house, the very first day, today the first day, I'm giving you the glimpse of astrology reading.
Yes.
If we come across, we come across many people,
Yeah.
we see few people, those are very robust looking, very masculine body, tall, handsome. So their first house may be very strong.
Yeah.
If they are very thin people, very skinny, not much attractive, okay, very weak. So it shows that this person first house is weak. So first house describes a lot about our life journey. If we physically weak, not much attraction, not much discipline, so this fellow will not go ahead, will not go very far in the journey of his life, or would not achieve much success in the journey of his life. So the first house is the foundation that has to be strong. Clear?
Yes.
So the first house. Now, when the child is born, that physical structure is visible, and it happens in a joint family or a family where many members are there. The moment child is born, everybody gather that child. Mother, father, grandnana, granddada, grandfather, grandmother, cousins, brothers, sisters, even neighbors,
Yeah.
they gather us. And what they want to see the first? Everybody wants to see the which part of our body
Yeah. Yeah.
or the which part of our body is very prominent or dominant. Can you tell me?
Right. Which part is the head, maybe the head?
Face. Face.
Yes, face.
Everybody wants to look at the face of a child.
Yeah, he's like a father, he's like a mother, he's like,
Yes.
You want to see this? Yeah,
So when we will move ahead, the second house.
Yes.
Second house signifies our face.
Our face. Okay.
Because we are now going ahead of a journey.
Yeah.
First house, we are out. Physically, we are present.
Yeah.
So everybody is gathered. Everybody is looking at our face.
Yes.
They want to see, is that child beautiful, fair complexion, wheatish complexion? What kind of face he has? So face is the prominent part. So the second house signifies, describes about our face. So by simply looking at the face of somebody,
Yeah.
you can analyze that in your horoscope, because this, the graph which I have told you, this is a horoscope. In Hindi we say kundali. Kundali, not kundalani. Kundli, Kundli. Kundali. In Hindi is kundali. In English we say horoscope.
Yeah.
So by analyzing anybody's face, we can say the second house of your horoscope is very strong,
Yeah.
or it has very, very strong planets,
Yes.
which we will be learning further. So the second house, the second step of our journey, is describes about our face.
Okay, I see.
A very weak face, childlike face, second house is weak. Right? Now, when we, because everybody is looking at our face, who is this everybody? Our mother. Our mother is beside us, right? Father, grandfather, grandmother, all cousins, all of our family members, they have gathered us. They may be holding us. So the second house is our family lineage. So the second house of this basic horoscope is about our family lineage.
Okay.
So by going deep into the second house, we can analyze what kind of family he or she has, what kind of relation he or she has with his or her families.
Okay.
Okay? And when we are out physically, so there are a lot of noises coming outside. If any child is born in Germany, that the whole family would be speaking something in Germany. They would be exchanging words. The child who has come out and the whole family gathered that child out of happiness. They are in conversation. They are speaking something or the other in German language, because that child is born in Germany. If he is born in India, they would be speaking in any Hindi language or Tamil or any native language.
Yes.
But the child is small. Whatever the sounds, these all languages are a kind of sounds, voices going inside his system through ear.
In this first moment.
Yes, very first moment. Second house I'm talking about. So all these sounds, all these voices, all these language which is weird for him going inside his system, that becomes a part of his system. When he will grow up, he would be speaking the language which he has been hearing or listening when he was out.
Interesting.
Nobody, without teaching German language to a child, the child is speaking Germany.
Yeah.
Why? Because he has been gathered by all the people who are by birth, they are Germans and they are speaking in Germany.
Yes.
So that all language and gestures, all these expressions, they become the part of his system. So second house is our savings. That child, he is saving all the sounds and voices which he would be using later for communication. Nobody has taught him how to ask milk from mother or how to ask anything from her mother. Whatever the sound and voices which he has heard in second house, it becomes a part of his or her system, and using that system, that savings, he is using.
Very interesting.
For example, my mother tongue is Punjabi.
Yeah.
And I do not know how to write Punjabi. Nobody has taught me Punjabi.
Yeah.
But by birth, I'm speaking Punjabi.
Yeah.
Because I have seen, I have heard everybody speaking in Punjabi language with whom I am gathered.
Yeah.
So because of this, everything, all the dialects, all the consonant, all the vowels of that language is become the part of my system.
They went into your system. Yes.
So
absorbs them. Yes.
So just to connect it, so the second house is our savings, or you can also say our bank balance. Our treasure.
Yes. Our base, you could say. Our base.
Our treasure, our money saving, our liquid cash. If I compare with a grown-up child, second house is our bank balance.
Yeah.
And the second house is the house which we values the most. This is the house we value the most.
Which we value the most.
As the child is growing up, what he is doing, he is he's using his various kind of sounds. So the second house is our vocal cord. Our sound box, vocal cord, because that becomes active in the second house.
Yes. Yes.
And so the first thing, when the child is out, the nurse or doctor is very particular that the child should cry,
Yeah.
so that his respiratory system becomes active.
Right. Yeah.
Start inhaling oxygen
Yes.
and exhaling carbon dioxide. So the second house is our respiratory system.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We come across various personalities, various person. We come across certain people whose vocal cord, whose pitch is very loud,
Yeah.
speak very loudly, that vocal strength of vocal cord. So it means their second house is very strong.
Yeah.
Yes. And there are few people who are very slow, sweet, low voice. They don't want to speak loud. So the second house is bit weak, you can say. So how many things are connected with the second house? Our vocal cord, respiratory system, our face, our family lineage, our bank balance. Clear?
Yes. Very
Now the child is ma. Lot of things is been accumulated inside the language. The people whom he is gathered, all kinds of sounds and voices become the part of his system. Now he's growing further. What he is trying to do now, he would try to use his savings. So the third house is the house of communication. He would start communicating
Yes.
whatever he has saved in his system. If he has Chinese word, he would be communicating in Chinese.
Yes.
So the third house is the house of communication, conversation.
Yeah.
In a broader sense, all kinds of communication. Gmail, text message, email, WhatsApp, Facebook, Insta, all kinds of communication. Even media is also the part of communication.
I see.
So a child is growing. He has started using that savings of words in his communication in third house. So when he grows up, he started moving,
Yes.
but his legs are not very strong. So he would stand and wave his body, move 2-3 steps, and then sit down. So very short distance he is moving. So third house is the short distance travel.
Short distance travel.
Yes. For example, you are sitting in that cafeteria. So 1 kilometer from that place in circumference is your short distance travel.
Okay.
So anybody who enjoys short distance travel, freaking out, just go 1-2 kilometers and come back. Again go 1-2 kilometer, come back. It means that third house is very active, is strong.
Okay.
And there are few people who doesn't like going for 1 kilometer and just coming back again, short distance travel. So it means that the third house is weak.
But only short distance.
Yes, short distance.
Only short.
2-3 kilometers, maximum 5 kilometers, not more than that. Because child, I'm comparing with a growing child. He has learned to stand up and little bit of wagging and moving, right? And
Yes.
he has been doing all these conversation, standing up and just moving. He has used his daringness, boldness. So the third house is the house of boldness or daring. How dare we are. How much risk taking ability or capability we have. Because when child dare to move, he might fall down. He might get hurt, but he dare to stand up and move. He dare to speak. Maybe not correct language, but he dare to speak.
Yes.
So third house is the house of boldness, daring. How much risk-taking factor is involved in our life, and how much
Yes.
we are using that risk-taking factor. With cross finger, let's see what will happen.
How much risk we are willing to take.
Yes, it can be seen through third house. There are few people who is not ready for any kind of risk.
Yeah. Always in their comfort zone. Only. Yeah.
Third house weak. You dare to learn something different out of the box. So you, before you started this adventure, started this journey, finger cross, but you dare to enter.
Yes.
Let's see.
Take the first step. Yeah.
You, it was a thought. Let's see what will happen.
Yes.
So your third house must be strong.
Yes.
Because you have taken a boldness, daring step,
Yeah.
risk.
Yes.
Whatever you have done today, that was a risk, but you were ready to prepare for that risk also.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that child who's not even ready for that complete good conversation, with whom he is communicating? He would be communicating with his brothers and sisters, right? These are the only near friends and his brothers and sisters, the part of the family. So the third house signifies our siblings.
Okay. Siblings. Yes. Okay.
So the third house is our communication, all sorts of communication, our conversation, our daring ability, our boldness, short distance travel, and our siblings. Clear?
Could you repeat it? Conversation, siblings,
Brother and sister?
conversation. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry?
Then the 4 words. Could you repeat them? Conversation,
Yes.
siblings.
Yes.
The
He's in
short-term.
short distance travel.
Short distance travel. Yes.
Communications of all type.
Communications and willingness to take risks.
Yes.
Also, huh? Yes.
Our boldness and conversation, short distance travel, and our siblings,
Siblings, yes,
brothers and sisters,
yes.
that is seen through third house.
Okay.
It's interesting.
Very interesting. Very, very fascinating.
Now the child is growing further.
Yes.
Third house, he dared to move. Now mother is observing that child. Now mother says it is the time to go to school, primary school.
Yes. Yes.
So let's move to the fourth house, primary education. So mother will send his or her child to primary education,
Yeah.
primary school. Okay.
Yeah.
So the fourth house is our primary education. And now when we are going for a school, sometimes we are adamant, stubborn, don't want to go.
Yes.
Mother pursued us.
Yes.
Okay, pamper us. You do this thing, you will be very happy. When you go, you will meet friends. No, so we are now very close to our mother.
Yeah.
So the fourth house is the house of our mother, because mother is the main character whom we are very closely connected when we are going to primary school. Mother is getting us ready with school uniform, with school bag, shoes, everything. All kinds of that little bit of quarrel, mood is upset, sentiments, feelings is being exchanged with mother. So the fourth house is our feelings, our emotions, our sentiments. That very touchy part of our life.
Okay.
So all the feelings, sentiments, emotions are seen through fourth house, because in that house, that is the main features of our personality is being highlighted. Because we get annoyed with mother, why you are sending me daily, sometime we fight, that all kind of feelings, emotions is being exchanged with mother, and mother is the main hero. So the fourth house, mother. Fourth house is the house where we are staying, our dwelling place. Our dwelling place, the house, our house, right? Fourth house.
Yes.
By simply, you must have many friends, by simply visiting their place, wherever they are staying, if you come across, oh my God, how unkept way they have done, what the hell they have done with their house. It's not properly clean, it's dirty, it's stinking. So it means their fourth house is weak.
Okay.
And when you visit your friend's house, and a fragrance of prayer, a positive aura, very neatness and cleanliness is reflecting from their house. So it means their fourth house is in good position, is strong.
Very interesting.
And we have very close intimacy with our mother. Lot of love, lot of affection with our mother. So even in that case, fourth house is good.
Yes.
If lot of quarrel, lot of indifferences with the mother, then fourth house is negative.
It's negative. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So without going deep into anybody's horoscope, if you come across a people, you find among your friends, they are nagging their mother. My mother is like, I don't like my mother. My mother is like that. My mother is like this. You know, there are few people who keep on saying bad words for their mother. So it means their fourth house is negative, not in a good position.
Yes. So it doesn't mean it's weak, but it's negative. It has a negative impact.
Yes.
Okay, I see.
It could be a weak, it could be a negative, and it could be very strong and positive.
Yes. Very interesting.
And see, we have now the child has started going to school. The mother of the child wants that his legs should be more strong. He is growing up. So her mother purchased a bicycle for her. You ride a bicycle, you play with your bicycle and strengthen your legs. So the fourth house is our vehicle.
Okay.
Hot pani, garam pani.
Vehicle for life.
Vehicle. So by analyzing fourth house, you know, there are few people who are not cleaning their vehicles. Very shabby looking, untidy. Once in a month they clean. So their fourth house is not in a good position. Fourth house is our vehicle. So we need to take care of certain things in order to strengthen our fourth house.
Yes.
If we have vehicle, we need to keep it in a good condition, well serviced.
Well serviced.
Because if we take care of only one thing, others will take care of itself. Okay, so our vehicle is seen through fourth house. There are few people who have a very grand and lavish vehicle. So it means their fourth house is very strong. Clear?
Yes.
So the child has traveled the 4 dimension of his life. Now he started going school. Okay. Now he is growing further. He is growing up. In the school, in the middle school, what he will do? He will make friends. Lot of friends. And at school, his teachers would be guiding him to do something creative, craft, drawing, sketching, or any sculpture, because that is a part of middle education. right?
Creativity, yes.
Creativity. So the fifth house is our friends. We make many friends. Fifth house is our creativity. Whatever creative we do in our life, that is seen through fifth house. So when we are interacting with friends, we sometimes we get a that mind programming, or our mind get influenced by friends mind. We get that radiation of friends behavior. Okay, so we started uh, we started a slight change in our behavior. We enter into a different realm of our life. We enter into a that lottery system, speculative business, share market, chit fund system. That is also seen through fifth house. There are few people who are they invest a lot in share market. So the fifth house. And in a broader sense, when somebody get married and the first child is born, that is also a part of our creativity. We have been the medium of that creative. So the first child is seen through fifth house.
So it could be like a mirror of our fifth house, the first child.
First child.
Because you see what is in our fifth house through the first child.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how we are connected with our first child. Lot of very goodwill, lot of love, emotions, feeling, or lot of indifferences.
Yeah.
So if we keep on quarreling with our first child, fifth house is weak or negative. Or there is a possibility that our first child is always sick. So that means the fifth house is weak. You must have come across few people who are very creative in their life. Very creative. They pick up a guitar and they start playing it. They pick up any instrument, they start playing with it.
Yes.
So it shows their fifth house is very strong.
It's strong. Yes. Yes.
Anybody who is very creative.
Yeah.
So fifth house shows our creativity or the bondage with our friends.
Okay.
So by simply, there are many people, we are in conversation, we are talking with everybody, and our friends talk about their creativity, and there are few people, they don't want to do anything creative. they are on that same linear motion of their body. Their life is like linear motion. So the fifth house is not very strong.
It's weak or negative or okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Isn't it? Just a moment. So by simply observing today, what I am sharing with you, by simply observing the people around us,
Yes.
we can analyze that person horoscope.
So interesting. Yes.
The very first day you are becoming an astrologer.
Yes, and I realize there's also there are so many connections with this what I learned, for example, in my yoga teacher training program here in Arambur with the pranayama, the chakras, the Vishuddhi chakra for communication, and it's all together. It's so fascinating. There's so many. It's a world. It's really a world. Yeah.
Yes. So if there is some problem with the second, that vocal cord or respiratory system, because of the second house weak, we can give that particular person, you do this type of yoga.
Yes. Yes.
We
Yes.
can rightly guide that person.
Yes. Or you strengthen that chakra to it's to the
Energize.
right communication and energize. Yes. Yes. How amazing. But it has to do also with his houses. I mean, for me, it's a completely new world.
Right now we are doing the basic ABC of astrology, and this has to be very thorough, because in the coming days we would be doing something extra that would be piling up, but this base is very important.
What are like the vocabulary?
Yes.
Like in the new language, the vocabulary without you cannot make sentences.
When I would be putting planets, zodiac signs, and other things, so these basics would be helping us to going deep into astrology.
Yes.
So in fifth house we have made many friends. Okay, we have done a lot of creativity. Okay, but you know, anybody who has 50 friends,
Yeah.
there is a lot of possibility that we are close to only 10,
Yes.
and among 40 there are few who are jealous,
Yeah. Yeah.
and there are few who are enemies but not showing from their face.
False.
False friends. So
Yeah.
what happens? Those who are jealous or have that enmity feeling for us, they try to harm us.
Yes. Yes. And we don't realize often if we are not sensitive observer, we don't realize this.
So let's move to the another house. House number 6. The house of enemies.
House of enemies. Yes.
The house of problems. Obstacles.
Oh yeah.
Diseases.
Diseases. Okay.
Physical issues or mental issues.
Okay.
Because in fifth house we have made many friends or girlfriends, many affairs, extramarital affairs, much we have done. So this is a result of fifth house coming in sixth. So there is a possibility of mental tension. There is a possibility of physical problems or any kind of physical issues.
Yes. Oh yeah.
The 6th house is the most negative house. All kinds of obstacles, enemies are coming in 6th house. So we are pissed off. We are fed up in 6th house, because
Yes.
by making many friends in 5th house, we also made few enemies, and we are fighting with the problems, obstacles, hindrances, lot of negative stuff. So what we have decided, no more 50 friends. Let me go close with only one friend, and I will get married to that friend. So 7th house, the house of marriage, the house of spouse.
Now we are going in the 7th house.
7th house.
Okay. Yes.
Because
Okay.
we are completely fed up of all the issues and problems of 6th house, because by making n number of friends, we have also make n number of enemies, obstacles. Now we have decided, by the experience of 5th and 6th house, we would be making only one friend.
Okay.
We would be goody with all, but we would be very close to only single person, and we would be either we will marry, or we would be in living relationship. But based on my experience of 5th and 6th house, we have decided to get married.
To reduce the circle
Yes,
in any way.
yes.
Yeah.
Because once we are married, now we are very close to our spouse. Now what was happening in the 5th house, that is not the case. Now we are meeting our friends once in a week, because we have lot of obligations, lot of responsibilities towards our spouse.
Yes. Responsibilities. So in the 5th house, it's not the house of responsibility.
No, we are making many friends, enjoying, freaking out. We are quarreling. We are just whatever you want to do with all friends.
Yeah.
We are making boyfriends, we are making girlfriends, we are annoying, we are fighting, whatever. And because of 5th, all issues are coming in 6th.
Yes.
And now we are fed up of all the issues. Because of 5th, many issues are coming in 6th. Okay, so now we have decided to stick with one partner, one friend. We will get married. That is our life partner, living relationship, or our legal partner. So the 7th house is even our business partner, or our legal partner, or the person whom we are interacting on a daily basis. That could be also a 7th house. 7th house also denotes the person opposite to us. I mean, the person whom we are interacting. At this very moment, you are my 7th house. At this very moment, I am your 7th house. So,
Yes.
exactly opposite.
Yes.
So that is the 7th house. So we in 7th house we are married, we are staying with the spouse. You know, the journey from 1st to 7th
Yes.
was a very different kind of life.
Yes.
Very different kind of life.
Yes.
No, once we are married, the new chapter of our life opens up. Okay, so we will take a 10-minute break.
Okay. And
So-
then I call you.
Yes, you call me
So you call me.
exactly for 12:40. If it's 12:30 right now,
12. Yes, and in 10 minutes. And
Yes.
then we go until 1. Yes.
we'll go we'll go till 1:15, I think so.
1:15. Yes, right. Okay. So I call you in 10 minutes.
You take a break for 10 minutes, enjoy tea, coffee, and in the meantime, you can even charge your phone, and I'll also charge my phone. Okay?
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. See you. Uh-huh. Thanks.
Welcome back. The interval was very, very short. You must be running here and there.
Yes, but very, very fascinating. I'm thinking about this 7 hours. I think it's very strong for me. That's why I like also reducing the circle. That's why I like also more this one-to-one class, even with you now. I don't like this groups. I even when I'm teaching, I like one-to-one. I concentrate on one person.
Great.
It's better for me. Yes, one energy. It's better
Yeah,
for me.
that's wonderful.
Okay.
Okay, so the marriage part. Okay, before marriage, we had lived a very different kind of life from first to seventh house. But after marriage, the new era of our life starts.
Yes.
More of an individual part we were living before seventh. Now there is no more individual living. We are two people.
Yes.
Okay, so the seventh house, all about spouse, your husband, wife, your legal partner, living relationship, all. After seventh house, it would be like, before seventh house, it would be like BC, before Christ. So now we have entered into a new era, new realm. By living close with our spouse, we come to know, somebody of our liking, anybody. There were many friends in fifth house. We have chosen one friend because there were many issues in sixth house. So, but that friend whom we have chosen for our life partner or for marriage compatibility, we were not much aware of that person. We were getting together, we were getting along with each other for 1 hour or alternate days. We were fascinated. But after seventh house, we come to know the in and out of that person. Is that the same person whom we were fascinated, or he is now changed person? What are the qualities he or she has? We comes to know only after living with him or her. So eighth house is the treasure of the spouse that we come to know only after seventh house, when we started living.
How we realizing the treasure.
Yes.
Maybe even if we knew this marriage partner in the time of the fifth house, but now we are realizing the treasure.
Yes.
For example.
Yes. Now we are realizing the dimension or the aspect of life of our spouse. What part of life is most valuable for our spouse?
Yes, yes.
So through eighth house, we comes to know about the treasure of the spouse, the inbuilt qualities of the spouse. Only by staying together in seventh house, we come to know that what are the things my spouse has in his system, good or bad, both ways. Okay. So eighth house is the treasure of spouse, or the treasure of other person. Seventh house is other person and the business partner. Okay. So 8th house is the house of darkness. Why? Because before 7th house, we were not aware about the hidden qualities or the shortcoming of our spouse. That was in the darkness. Only after 7th house, we are familiar about our spouse or our living relationship partner. So 8th house is the house of mysteries, secrets. Things are which is still in darkness. That is why 8th house is considered the house of death. After staying with our spouse, we need to realize, or we have realized, now that old person inside us has died. It's only in 8th house we realize that we are not the same person.
Yes.
So the death of old person has done away with. So the eighth house is the house of darkness, mysteries. Okay, and the many things suddenly comes up out of the blue moon. We, after staying with the spouse, we sometimes we realizes, oh my God, this fellow who was very fascinated when I was in 5th house, now this person is a drug addict. So it's a shocking thing for us. Suddenly it is popping up in 8th house. So 8th house is the house of sudden happenings, mishappening, or positive or negative, both. 8th house is the house of accidents. Because when we come to know about our spouse, that is a kind of accident only. Oh my God. Even positive way. Suddenly it is coming up, popping up in 8th house when we cross the 7th house. When we start living with our friend or living partner or our spouse, we comes to know about our in-laws. Not before that. So the 8th house is the house of in-laws. Eighth house, as I have already described, the mysterious house. So this is the house of occult practices, tantra, magic, ghost, rebirth, death, accident, the things which is not visible till it is seen. Eighth house is the unending abyss, the most unpredictable house. Only living with the spouse in 8th house we come to know, because 8th house, the house of physical intimacy.
Yes.
8th house is the house of physical intimacy. Only after living with the spouse, we realized that how weak or strong our partner is in that sphere, because everything was looking very good in fifth house. That is, we have chosen that person for the marriage. That person was very caring, lovable, ready to take any risk. But only in eighth house we comes to know the real picture of our spouse.
Yeah.
If somebody has weak or negative eighth house, then a lot of frustration comes in our life. So only because of eighth house, there are many issues in marriage. There is a possibility that in-laws interfering a lot. There is a possibility that the spouse considers some more other realms more important. So eighth house is very unpredictable house. That is why ghost can be seen only in the eighth house. Anybody who has very strong eighth house house of astrology, because nothing is visible. We have to open the Pandora box. What is hidden? So anybody who has curiosity or thirst, and he or she could manage to learn the skill, so it means their eighth house is strong.
When a person could hide, then the eighth house is strong.
When the person is able to master the skill related to the eighth house, then the eighth house is very strong. He is very physically contented with the eighth house attributes. He is very comfort with the eighth house zone. Then eighth house is very strong. But eighth house is like a deep forest. Deep forest. And eighth house is a house of trauma. Eighth house is a house of depression, frustration, because nothing is visible. Everything is black. When things comes up, pops up, only then it is visible. So what is going to pop up? Nobody knows. So eighth house frightened us.
Yes.
Because death, unpredictable.
Yes.
Nobody can predict death. Accident, unpredictable. So eighth house frightened us.
Yes.
So now, after living the eighth house, experiencing lot of ups and downs in life, lot of trauma, depression, frustration, we experience a different realm of our life, which we haven't experienced before that. We experience the depth of our life. So we are totally smothered. The life become too much heavy in eighth house. Now, when we are growing further, then we have passed the time of trauma, frustration, sudden happening. We enter into house number 9. That is the house of religion. Now, with the 8th house trauma, we have experienced the purity in our being. Now the depression has gone, trauma has gone, frustration has gone. We have entered into 9th house. We feel like going to a temple, church, mosque, or any religious place because we want to relax. Enough is enough in 8th house. So our bent of mind is toward 9th house. Let's go to a religious place. Or let's go a very far away from that situation or the circumstances which we have lived for last many years. So the 9th house is the long distance travel. Anybody has lived the life of frustration in 8th house for many years, he wants to go very far away. I don't want to remember what has happened in 8th house. Let me go very far away. Maybe somebody is staying in Spain and coming to India or very close to the other part. So he's coming to, he just want to go away. A religious place. So that long distance travel is coming on its own. That mindset on its own. After living the 8th house, the hangover of 8th house, when we entered into the 9th house, we have a certain philosophy of life. Before 8th house, we used to define life 2 plus 2 equal to 4. Before 8th. Now in 9th house, we realized because we have surpassed the abyss of 8th house. Now we have realized 2 plus 2 can be 4 or 22 or 0 or 44. Because the mysterious part of the life is being disclosed in 8th house.
We experience that there is not all black or white, but there are
Yes.
areas between it. Yes.
Because before 7th house, we have certain mindset. No, this is the way, this is the things should be. But once who have experienced 8th house, when he will enter the 9th house, he would have the certain philosophy, certain ideology that life is not the way I have been seeing before it. It's very, very different. So 9th house is the house of higher philosophy, higher ideology. 8th house, we have learnt a lot. Eighth house was our teacher. So 9th house is the house of gurus, our teachers. 9th house, house of priest, father, priest of any religion. 9th house.
Fascinating. Yes. Incredible.
Long distance travel. 9th house.
Yes. Yes.
So in a broader sense, we can also say that our higher education, our PhDs, DLit, that is also seen through 9th house. So ninth house is a very pure house. Ninth house is a pure house. Ninth house is a house of religion. A religion is not like, religion means that we have certain fixed mindset. Now we have a religious approach towards life. The person, the more deeper he has entered into the 8th house, the more he will realize in 9th house that he has become more religious. That could be there is a possibility that he would not be following Christianity or Hinduism. There is a possibility. But his approach towards life would be religious. Very positive.
Yes.
9th house is the idealistic realm of our life.
Yes.
It's the most positive house.
Ah.
Ninth house is the temple, is the church of our horoscope. Ninth house is the house of fortune, our destiny. Our fortune can be seen through ninth house.
Ah, I see.
Okay?
Okay. Oh.
Now we have lived in ninth house. We have become purified.
Yes.
We started living in a very idealistic manner. We have certain mindset, philosophy of life. Okay, we feel like traveling long distance. We have done the bathing of, it is said in the Hindu tradition, once you dip in the Ganges, you are purified.
Yes.
This is a phrase. Nobody get purified by dipping in Ganges. No. This is a phrase. And
Yes.
the people are so, they are so low conscious people that they think by doing all kind of bad deeds and by dipping in river Ganges, the Ganges will just remove all your bad deeds. This is not going to happen.
No.
This is all a phrase.
There are people who are sick to a religion, like people who go to Catholic church and they think when I do my absolution, it's everything fine.
No,
it's not like this.
It's not like this.
Yeah.
It is the river Ganges is inside us. We need to dip into that river. Only then purification happens. And that river Ganges which is inside us, we need to search.
Yes.
And that is not an easy job.
No.
But we live in the outside world. We live with metaphors, phrases, idioms.
Yes.
But life is not that simple.
Identifications. Yes, it's not. No.
They say in Bible it is said, God is love. Nobody knows God. But love is God. One who has experienced love, they feel that godliness, the bliss of godliness. And that is a personal experience. And that love need not to be subjective. That is a state of being.
Yes.
Being in love is being in the state of godliness. That makes sense.
That's what Sakura says. Not love is not what you do, but love is what you are.
Yes.
That's this.
Yes.
Yeah.
That being is love.
Yes.
So we have lived that ninth house. Okay, we are purified. Now, to live, to earn our livelihood, we have to work.
We have to go on, yes. Yeah.
To earn our livelihood, we have to work. So we will move to house number 10. The house of work. Karam Bhumi. That field work. The house of field work, where we are working. House of where all kind of business, job, in whatever field we are involved in, to earn our bread, livelihood, that is 10th house.
Yes.
The nature of job we are involved in, 10th house, because at work there are bosses. So 10th house is the house of bosses. Our colleagues.
Yes.
10th house is also a very complicated house. The law of jungle applies here.
Law of jungle, yes. Yes.
Fittest the survival. The one who is the best salesman is capable of selling his product in a best possible way. And the best salesman, 99% could be a cheater.
Yes.
He will say something, sell something else. 9th house, very tricky house. Because there is a lot of competition happening. We need to work there for our livelihood, and we need to maintain our sanity, our purity, which we have gained in 9th house. Because 10th house, a house of politics. Lot of leg pulling. For example, in a market where all vegetables are sold, in 10th house, you come across one vendor who is selling watermelon at 100 rupees and another vendor selling it 150, and you could find a vendor selling in 50 rupees.
Yes.
That is 10th house. Very tricky house. Anybody who is not a clever person, tricky person, he would not be able to earn well in 10th house. Lot of marketing skill, salesman skill is required, and you must have experienced many people. They are very good at their work.
So who is not tricky and clever person, he has a weak 10th house.
Yes.
Okay.
You must have seen, you come across few people, they make friends, so that just by doing friendship, they can make a client.
Yeah.
The moment they become your friend, they start selling their product. When I visited Goa, for last 3 months, I was in Goa.
Yeah.
So everybody told me that you need to be very good in salesman skill.
Yes.
I used to visit many cafes, but it was next to impossible for me to sell my product. I
possible. Yes.
no. I simply involved in the conversation and in the friendship. I feel as if I'm going beyond my conscious level to sell my product.
Yes, yes.
So it is there in my mind, just creating a good atmosphere, just making good friend. Maybe someday my friend asks me what you are doing, and if he or she is interested, then he can go for the course. I'm not going to create a that fishy atmosphere, tricky atmosphere.
That is in Goa, unfortunately.
So I could not make any client. Only the few posters I have put, that was only medium. But
yes, because I think you have to. I'm like this too. I have not this mentality. Maybe my 10th house is weak. To fish for clients.
yes,
Or to public very much. I'm more like you.
yes,
Friends. And then if someone is interested, I like to be more hidden. Let's say. Yeah.
Yes.
And for this Goa is not the right place to sell. Yes.
Very uncomfortable feeling. You know, we met a new soul. We feel like talking with him. We feel like enjoying certain moment. What is your experience? How are you? How you have lived your life? So in between that experience, just anything of my product I'm selling it, I feel very uncomfortable.
Yes. But the people who are successful here don't feel uncomfortable at all.
Yes.
I mean, if I'm walking on the main road and I'm walking there every evening, and all the sellers from Rajasthan, and they know, okay, she speaks Hindi, and but they know I don't buy anything, but they keep on asking. So you have to feel comfortable with that, and I'm not comfortable with asking always. Yes. So that's the 10th house.
Yes.
When you're very good in this, you have a strong 10th house.
One thing I have realized, which I want to share with you, it suddenly pops up in my mind. If you are not a good salesman for your product, God will become your salesman.
What?
God will become your salesman.
That's very beautiful. Yes, that's.
And no salesman match the skill of the God.
Yes. I mean, it's for me. I try to learn that the most important thing is the involvement that you put in, not the thinking of the outcome. Because then, when you don't think about it, you're just involved. God becomes your salesman. That's quite the same.
Yes. So this is my experience till date. You do your work in the best possible way. Rest, the existence will do.
Yes.
So that's the nature of 10th house. So we have worked. We have lot of effort, put lot of effort, working hard and fighting with our colleagues and just doing something, behaving against our nature sometimes because we need to survive, we need to fulfill our basic needs. So sometimes we have to move against our nature. But that's the nature of 10th house.
Yes.
But that's the nature, we have to live accordingly. After putting lot of effort in almost 18 hours of work, what is the purpose? We are living against our nature. We are working hard. We are fighting with our colleagues. We are fighting and negotiating with the customers. We are the ego clash with our bosses, with our clients. The end purpose is money, currency. That is the end purpose. We have certain goals, certain wishes, certain desires to be fulfilled. That is where we are working in 10th house, right? So let's move to the 11th house. Our wishes, our desires, our liquid cash, our goals, our achievements, our ambitions is fulfilled in 11th house.
Yes. When we learn to not to live against our nature. When we have confidence to be ourselves in what we are doing to live, to earn, then maybe you mean that then in the 11th house comes the fulfillment.
What I mean that we have been doing a lot of compromises at workplace.
Yes.
What is the main goal or purpose of compromising? To achieve our desire, to fulfill our desire, to fulfill our dreams, wishes, goals, ambitions. So 11th house is our wishes, our desires, our aims, our goals, achievements, our business network. So everything is connected to 11th house. Somebody who has put lot of effort in 10th house, the sole purpose of that effort was to earn liquid cash. So the liquid cash is also 11th house.
Okay.
Our earnings, 11th house. Our profits or losses,
I see.
anybody who has for 60 years of his lifetime he has worked and now he is going to retire. So 11th house, his eye would be on provident fund, gratuity,
Okay.
the pension,
Coming in.
11th house.
Coming in 11th house. Yes.
So 11th house is all that whole life that the company would give him, that provident fund, gratuity, or that retirement money. The result of 10th house is 11th house.
Okay.
Less or more, it depends upon 11th house. If 11th house is very yes, if 11th house is very weak, we might have put 80% effort, we would be getting only 40%. If 11th house is very strong, there is a possibility that somebody has put only 50% effort, he would get 80% result. That is also a very contradictory sometime.
Yes, right.
So 11th house is our achievements, our goals. Okay. Now, in 11th house, we have earned a lot of money by putting effort in 10th house, doing all sorts of compromising in 10th house. We have earned a lot of money. Throughout life, we have been earning. Now, we have that much earning. Now, it depends upon person to person. What he will do with that earning, it depends. There is a possibility that somebody with his earning, he has a plan to make a house in a very secluded part of his country, some hilly area. So the 12th house is the house of detachment.
Detachment. Detachment. Ah, okay.
Because somebody throughout life he has been working in crowd,
Yes.
and that person being a very introvert person, he is compelled to work with extrovert people.
Yes.
Now the last part of his life, he has learned a lot. Now he wants to invest in certain house in a very lonely atmosphere, cut out from the world.
That's me. Yes. Yeah.
So the 12th house is a house of detachment.
Detachment.
There could be a case,
also.
yes, there could be a case that somebody earn a lot and he wants to donate. So the 12th house is a house of donation to any welfare society, old age home, orphanage, animal shelter, any NGOs. He would like to donate 20% of his savings, of his earnings. 11th house, a house of earning. So he would be donating. There could be a possibility that somebody would like to visit the best place of the world, maybe somewhere in Switzerland or in Paris, and enjoy there with their spouse or your friends. So they want to spend their earning. So the 12th house is a house of expenditure. You know, there are various kind of people. Why I consider Vedic astrology the journey of soul, I'm going to disclose right now. With the 11th house, with the maturity of 11th house, one realizes whatever could be the dreams or wishes or desire, running after our wishes, our dreams, our goals is futile. Even if all our wishes and dreams are fulfilled, we are not going to gain everything. We still would be missing something.
Yes.
That kind of maturity comes.
Yes.
And he would enter into the 12th house with no wish, no desire, because he has attained that level of maturity of his consciousness that I have lived my life fully in all dimensions. I have experienced physical love, I have experienced emotional love, I have experienced the close relationship love, I have experienced mother, father, friends, I have experienced all the dimensions of my life fully. Now I have no desire left in my life. So he would enter into the 12th house. 12th house is a house of moksha. So this enlightenment,
yes.
with that kind of mindset that he has experienced the futility of all dreams, wishes, desire, ambitions, goals, achievements, and I am in silence. I would leave this planet Earth with not an iota of desire. So this person would realize moksha, the feeling of enlightenment, and this person will not come again on this planet Earth in the form of body. In India, as per Hindu scriptures or Hindu sages or Rishi Munis, this is the goal of every human consciousness, whether you are from India or Germany or any place of this world. This is the journey of every soul, that coming out of this vicious circle of birth and death, birth and death, birth and death. Only that soul will achieve moksha. The one who realizes that I have lived in all dimensions fully. I have no dream unfulfilled left remained. I would leave this body fully satisfied. I have no desire left. I have no desire even to achieve moksha. I'm leaving this body with a vacuum, nothingness, emptiness. Then he will come out of this. In Hindi there's a word named sansar. Sansar means wheel.
Yes.
That wheel signify in the flag of India, there are three colors.
Yes.
And the center there is a chakra, wheel. That signifies moksha, the journey of soul from birth to moksha. Only few people could decode that thing which I am decoding with you. That is the purpose of every human soul. Need not to be Indian. So, coming out of this vicious circle of sansar, birth, death, coming out again and again. So 12th house is a house of nothingness, emptiness, hollowness, vacuum. When somebody leaves the body at the time of death or before death even, that realization could happen in deep meditation. We realizes that we are not a body. We are not a mind. We are the part of existence. We do not have a separate identity. That realization is happening in 12th house. If any consciousness, anybody who has that kind of realization, he will experience moksha, enlightenment. He would be thrown out of that sansar chakra. He would be melted down in the whole existence. He would not come again in any form. Male, female, no form. He would be formless. Jesus, when he left his body, he melts. Obviously, the physical body has to destroy, but his consciousness. The last word, there were two statements when Jesus left the body. Oh God, what you are showing me. The first statement. But then he realizes, no. Whatever you are showing is for my betterment. So when he said, what are you showing? 99% he was realized. 1% there was a lack. So then he said, no, I'm fully contented. I'm going to live and die as per your wish. So he achieved moksha. So when Jesus left, or any enlightened person left the body, he would not come in the form again. Formless.
Yes.
That is the journey, the completion of a journey. So the 12th house, a house of moksha,
Yes.
enlightenment.
Yes. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful.
So-
Very beautiful.
So here completes all our 12 houses.
Thank you so much. Yes, I will read a lot. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Really, really, because I went quite often to an astrologist, but a German astrologist. But this is so much deeper for me, and it's like yes, it's complete. It's incredible. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So I will go now to this. I will take money and I will pay it to this Mr. Aman. It's
Yes, I will send his phone number to you.
Oh, okay. And maybe you can just send him a message that,
Sure.
that I will come and
Sure.
yes.
Definitely.
And thank you so much. And it's much better for me this way.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
So tomorrow we will meet the same time,
Yes.
5 minutes
I,
before.
Okay. I will do so. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Really, it means a lot to me. So namaste.
You're
See you
welcome.
tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.